The HOA gave me 72 hours to sell my land for $95,000, and now they owe me $20,400 every month forever. I'm Thomas Harrison, 58, living on 1.8 acres in suburban Georgia that my family bought in 1988. The land sits between the old Clearwater Estates neighborhood and their Phase 2 development site for 300 new homes. For 35 years, nobody cared about my property because nobody needed it. In June 2022, Margaret Williams, the HOA president, showed up with developer Stephen Moore from Pinnacle Developments and handed me a letter demanding I sell them a strip for an access road. They offered $95,000 and gave me 72 hours to accept, or they'd pursue legal remedies under public necessity doctrine to force the sale. The letter claimed the road was essential for emergency access to the 300 homes they were building. I pulled my property deed and contacted an attorney who laughed at their letter. HOAs have zero eminent domain authority because they're private corporations, not government entities, and public necessity only applies to actual public projects. Moore and Williams knew this, but were betting I didn't, hoping the 72-hour pressure would scare me into selling cheap. I sent them a certified letter declining their offer and warning them not to touch my property, but 3 weeks later, I found survey stakes and construction equipment clearing trees. They were building the road anyway, assuming they'd win in court. The road went 2,400 feet through my property, 24 feet wide, fully paved, costing $580,000 total. I filed an emergency injunction and sued for trespassing. My attorney subpoenaed their emails, which showed Moore telling Williams, "Just build it, he'll settle once it's done." The judge granted my injunction immediately, but the road was finished and 300 families had started moving into Phase 2 with no other access route. Williams tried to negotiate, offering $150,000 to buy an easement, but my attorney pushed for maximum damages since they had gambled and lost. We settled last month with court-ordered terms. The HOA pays me $20,400 monthly rent in perpetuity as long as the road exists, which is triple the $6,800 market rate, plus $285,600, retroactive for the 14 months they used it without permission, plus $125,000 in punitive damages. Total 30-year minimum, $7,469,000. The contract states that one missed payment triggers immediate road closure, landlocking all 300 homes, plus triple damages and contempt charges. The HOA raised monthly dues by $68 per household just to cover my rent. And residents are furious with Williams and Moore. The contract gives me legal authority to barricade the road within 48 hours of any late payment, which means no mail trucks, no garbage collection, no emergency vehicles, and every single one of those 300 families trapped behind a locked gate with property values collapsing overnight. Comment if you think HOAs shouldn't be allowed to force property sales.